Can't go wrong with a good classic chocolate chip cookie, but today on Cooking with Parker, I'm going to show you how to make some next level cookies that everybody's going to love. Well, at least as long as you like coffee, so it's going to be a great time in the kitchen. Let's go. Starting off with some butter, making a nice brown butter toffee. This is going to be one of the key ingredients that's really going to elevate these cookies, make them something special. So we're going to melt a pound of butter, a block of butter, get it till it's nice and dark brown, kind of toasty points on the bottom. I'm going to add half a cup of sugar, stir that together, and then just kind of let it sit there in the pot till it turns a nice amber brown. It takes about 10 minutes or so. Stir it occasionally, but not too much. Cook it till it gets 305, 310 degrees. That's gonna give it nice crispiness, kind of break down the sugar. And then I added another half a cup of sugar to kind of absorb some of the extra liquid. Just cook it till it's nice and 300 degrees again. I'm gonna pour this out onto a baking sheet. Parchment paper would be great. Didn't happen to have that, so just kind of use what I got. And then I'm gonna spread this out till it's nice and thin, almost a glass-like thinness. There's our toffee. We're going to set that aside and move on to our cookie dough. So we're going to add 2 more sticks of butter because I believe
you can never have too much butter.
So in baking, I'm going to weigh out a lot of things. It's a little more efficient and accurate than like using a measuring cup. But so I'm doing 100 grams of sugar, which is about half a cup of white sugar. And then I'm doing 120 grams of brown sugar, which is again, half a cup of packed brown sugar. Not being super exact, but you know, as close as I can. Just going to cream this together, so just put it on low speed till it's nice and incorporated. Use the spatula to kind of go down a little bit. You want it nice and creamy. Once it hits that point, we're going to drop in an egg. Do these one at a time. It kind of will help with not getting too aerated, just makes things nice and evenly mixed. So 1 egg, mix it up a little bit. Doesn't have to be complete, and then add the 2nd egg. I'm just going to whisk this until it's real nice and creamy. I'm going to weigh out my flour as well, so doing 2 1/4 cups of flour, which is going to be about 260 grams of that. I would say using teaspoons and tablespoons works about the same as weighing things out, a little bit easier for that. So I'm doing a teaspoon of baking soda, which is about 4 grams, and then just a little sprinkling of salt. Whisk that together so it's all incorporated. And then here's the next kind of key item, adding 2 tablespoons of instant espresso powder. So this is enough for 6 cups of espresso. Really gonna make things nice, rich, robust, give a real strong coffee flavor. Add a little bit of vanilla extract as well. That's gonna liven things up. And then we're just gonna slowly incorporate our flour into our kind of cream mixture of the sugars and eggs. Just work that till it all comes together. Just take your time. You know, baking's a science. Follow the steps and practices. You'll get great results. I like to freestyle a little bit, and it works out, but you just gotta know the science behind it. Next, I'm gonna grab a cup of chopped pecans. So chop these up real nice and fine, really small dice, so that they kind of mix throughout the whole cookie dough. You'll get little pieces of pecans, but not big old chunks. Then I'll grab my bench scraper, gonna use that to collect up all these pecans and put them into the mixing bowl. Then I'm gonna dump a full bag of Ghirardelli chocolate chips into the mix, get that mixed up, and really nice, rich, deep chocolate flavor in these. Now it's time to bring back
a nice toffee. A lot. Earwax.
Fortunately, our toffee tastes nothing like earwax, but it's out in the fridge, got nice and hard. As I said, parchment paper would have made this process easier. It's always good to have proper tools on hand, but I don't always go out to the store and get what I need. But just using my bench scraper, kind of breaks nicely, easily off of my baking pan. Go ahead and try this toffee all on its own. Perfect hard crunch. A little bit bitter from the brown butter, but put it with all this sugar, it's gonna be great. Mix this into our wet batter, and we're gonna scoop these out, have some great cookies. Go ahead and chop our toffee base up as well, so that some pieces will be nice, evenly dispersed throughout all the cookies. Everyone's gonna get a little bit of toffee in there to give a great kind of flavor and texture and crunch. So just using my bench scraper again, just like the pecans. And I let the KitchenAid do the work to mix this all together, you know, not trying to hurt my wrist or anything, trying to mix this all by hand. It's pretty stiff dough, so just kind of let the mixer do the work, keep it on low speed, put it down with a spatula as you need. And there we have it, our nice cookie dough. If you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching, really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe as well, that'll help me out. But getting back to the video, going to remove the whisk, get everything off it, go back and look that later. You want to scoop out our cookies, you get 4 dozen cookies from this recipe. I even squeaked out a 49th for myself. I actually made this batch for my sister's wedding, so we're having kind of a cookie spread. I want to do something special for her, really unique, so workshop this recipe. She loves espresso, has it most days, and coffee is one of her favorite things, so put this together. It's a next level cookie, I would say. And we're going to put this in the freezer so it can kind of set up. flavors will develop, the sugar will kind of break down. Give it at least 30 minutes. You can do it overnight as well if you want. And then once they're nice and firm, I'm gonna put them on a baking sheet, line that with foil, just makes cleanup a little bit easier. Spread them out so you can fit kind of 9 per pan. Then I'm gonna pop these in the oven, cook them at 350 for 9 minutes. So, you know, most recipes 8 to 10, kind of that same range. I did it at 9, worked perfectly for my gas oven. But once they're done, pop them out. They spread out a little bit, have got a real crispiness to them, and let them cool in the pan for a few more minutes. Then I'm gonna grab my big cookie spatula, carefully remove them off the pan. I was also kind of rushing these, you know, had to get off to some other wedding stuff as I was making them. And so they crumbled up a little bit. Just next time I'm gonna be a little more patient, let them really set up, but some of these were just great and the flavor is just perfect. Go ahead and try one of these cookies fresh out of the oven. I myself my glass of milk. I mean, it really is next level. You got that toffee getting bitterness, the espresso powder. So you have to like coffee to like these a little bit, but I mean, probably one of the best cookies I've ever made. A little bit thinner than maybe a traditional chocolate chip cookie. Has that extra sugar and butter that's in there, but it's worth it. Go ahead and give these a try at home. Let me know how it goes and what you think, and I'll see you next time.